Well, welcome and good evening, you wonderful dice of all alignments. I am Lunar D8, and I'm going to sing 4 songs from the band Korn, but I'm terrible at singing, so it's going to be bad. Now, that being said, real quick before I get into this, 2 things I want to say. First off, this is Shabranigdo. He is from the anime Slayers. It's from the early 90s. This will be the main picture I'll be using for the video, but if I, one, had stuff to edit with, and 2, liked editing, I would probably edit in like using this picture, and I would just edit in a picture of a microphone in front of him because I think that would be funny. But no. Anyway, but yeah, real quick before I hop into this, I just want to ask: does anyone else play RTS games or Minecraft or world building simulation games in the same screwed up way I do? Like, take Warcraft. Back before World of Warcraft even existed, there were games called Warcraft 1, 2, and 3. They were RTS games. And I wouldn't play it like an RTS game. I would just make, like, lumberjacks, people that would cut down trees, and my goal would just be cut down all the trees. I don't have anything, which is kind of weird, because I don't have anything against trees. I actually like forests and trees and stuff. Though, I don't like the idea of camping. I have done a lot of it in the past. But I'd rather just enjoy my nice, comfy bed with someone sexy to cuddle with. I don't want to sleep out on, the ground. I prefer my very comfortable, very, very comfy queen size bed with blankets and pillows, and again, maybe someone very sexy to cuddle with. But I forget what. Oh, yeah, Warcraft. But yeah, like I would not focus on fighting people. I would just focus on cutting down the trees. Just, for some reason, that was the goal. Or take StarCraft. I would play the Zerg. And like the Zerg, they can only put their buildings on places where the stuff called creep is. It's where like this purple, like living ground stuff is. Anyway, I would just try to cover the entire map with that. I wouldn't try to fight anyone. I would just try to keep building buildings until all the ground was covered by stuff that no one else could build buildings on. And I would just sort of win by default because no one could do anything. It's kind of like how, like, there was a friend of mine, he liked sports a lot, and, well, actually several of my friends in the past, they were really big into sports. Like, one, he was, like, really big into football and, wore the Wisconsin cheesehead thing and Green Bay Packers and all that stuff. And he would actually sit and watch the football draft stuff the whole time. But I would play, like, football against him. And I would always pick the worst possible plays. Like, I would try doing a blitz from my own field goal area, or I would try doing a punt from 10 yards from the. I would do or a shot, I would just do the dumbest things, and it would just a lot of times it would work because the game itself wouldn't be no one would pick that. Or another friend, he was really big into hockey, and no one could beat. There was this PS2 hockey game, and nobody could beat him at it. But that was because everyone just tried to win. Me, I would just constantly keep checking everyone. I wouldn't focus on trying to score a point. I would just keep having everyone tackle everyone at all times. Eventually, because it was programmed into the game, that if there weren't enough, because the players could be injured and out of the game, and eventually the game would be called as a draw, because so many players on both teams would just be so injured that they would consider the game wouldn't be capable of going anymore. So I would never win, but I would never lose. Or, shit, there was something else I was thinking about, but I can't remember it. Damn, that's going to bother me. But before I want to get the Minecraft and Empire Earth stuff, it's, what was it? Shit. Oh, yeah. Now, of course, I didn't use this glitch against people because I thought it was a little cheap. But on the very original Dragon Ball Z Budokai, the very first Budokai to ever come out, I don't know, if emulated versions of this would still have the same glitch, but the PS2, and of course there are no updates because it's a PS2. There really wasn't. There were some games that could go online, but really that was a rich person thing. So most people didn't really have internet at that time. And then maybe around that time you got internet, it was just the sounds of robots screaming at each other, and you couldn't use a phone and it would just it would make fax machine noises. Anyway, you'd it was a what was I talking about? Budokai. Yeah, it was a PS2 game. It was back pretty much when the PS2 very first came out, and what it was is that if you set your computer, your AI opponents to the highest difficulty, they would block every attack. But if you launched Kamehameha Wave and at the exact millisecond it hit the block, you pause, you'd have your one Kamehameha Wave blast that's normal, but then you'd have another one that's 3 times bigger, inverted and reversed, and put over top of it. And it would always do that visual glitch anytime you pulled this off successfully, which if you knew the timing of it, you could do it pretty easily. I once had somebody actually say, you couldn't do that in real fight against a person. They got very annoyed. They're like, yeah, don't do that ever again. I'm like, yeah, I wasn't planning to. That's why I said I don't use this against people, because it's very cheap. But against a computer, you can just set it at the highest difficulty. The computer will block everything. But here's the thing. If you use that glitch, they'll block every attack. And then you just pause that moment. You see that visual glitch. And what will happen is it glitches the Kamehameha Wave past the block, which means now it's the same as your computer never blocks. So it's an easy way to win the highest difficulty. But, little things like that. Or take Minecraft. Particularly back, because I don't play Minecraft anymore. Just because I don't like a lot of the updates and changes they made to it. Plus, I don't know if this computer would handle it. Not that I've had a computer that really handled it better. It's just they don't have anything else on the old computer way back in the past. And Minecraft had less to it. And even that, it would still have issues. And of course, played Minecraft PS4 back in the past, but it's just now they updated stuff, and it's it doesn't seem to work right anymore, and it's crashes, and it doesn't make sense. But anyway, what I would do is back when Tekkit was a new thing, what I would do is I wouldn't focus on, because Tekkit is a mod that had thousands of new extra things you added into the game, and one of them was things called quarries. So I would just focus on getting the materials needed to build quarries. Then I would put quarries all over the map until the whole world was filled with quarries. Then I would build another item that they have called a pump, and I would drain all the rivers and oceans. And then I would fill all the riverbeds and ocean beds with more quarries. But then, what's worse if I played vanilla Minecraft, because I would still try to build quarries, it would just be more time consuming, and I would either build 3x3 holes everywhere, or I would just try to see how big of a fucking hole I could build, or I would start with a little 2x2 hole that just went 1 block deep. Then I would expand it outward in a 1 block perimeter over and over and over again. In each block, I'd make each layer deeper until I built a gigantic ass inverted pyramid. Now, aside from that, I would also try to strip mine the entire world to the point that there would be slimes running amok all over the fucking bottom of the world. And made it easy to get slime for, anything you wanted to make. But I would also go through a lot of ladders. But another thing I would do is this. Since I would destroy so much of the land, I would also just build cobblestone bridges or odd bridges, or I would make just minecart rails connecting the cities. Because I would never destroy the NPC towns. I would leave the buildings as is for the villages, and I would also build additional buildings around the villages. And I would connect all these floating villages via minecart rails. However, I would also make tons and tons of paintings, and I would cover every conceivable outside and inside wall with paintings. So all the original buildings are still there, and I built 10 times more buildings than what there was originally. And then I would cover all the outside walls of all the buildings with paintings. And then I would cover all the inside walls of all the buildings with paintings. I would also, when they made the concrete update, you just start going around and turning the top layer of all the rivers and oceans into concrete. The Ocean Guardian monuments were kind of pissed about that because they're we can't see the sun anymore. And I'm like, but look at me add the stuff to the water. Look, I made it. Or take Empire Earth 2. It's a very old world building simulation type game with civilizations and stuff. Anyway, Empire Earth 2, I would take an offensive stance against people. I would actually be trying to beat other people, but I wouldn't be doing it in the traditional way. Most people would try to find the most efficient soldiers and attack formations. No, I would just focus on building attack towers. And I would just have a shit ton of soldiers. I mean, I would just have the initial soldiers protect my workers as they either collect resources or build towers. And then I would just keep building towers. And I would just have a straight line of towers going from my base toward the enemy base. And occasionally I build supplemental towers to protect those towers. And I would also research things so I can improve my technology and science to make my towers stronger. And I would just be making a shit ton of towers everywhere until it killed everyone. Anyway, so yeah, does anyone else play games like that? Like the way I do? Does anybody else do that? Yeah, well, let's go and start hopping into this. I'll turn the volume up slightly. Is it balanced? I don't know. We'll find out. Okay, back down. I have my television set at 28. This time taking it away. I've got a problem with me getting in the way. My violent side. So I take my face and bash it into a mirror. I won't have to see the pain. Bleed, bleed. The state is elevating as the hurt turns into hating. Anticipating all the fucked up feelings again. This hurt inside is fading. This shit's gone way too far. All this time I've been waiting. No, I cannot breathe anymore. For once inside awaking. I'm done, I'm not a whore. You've taken everything, and oh, I cannot give anymore. My mind's done with this, okay? I've got a question. Can I throw it all away? Take back what's mine. I take my time, guiding the blade down the line. Each cut closer to the vein, vein, vein. The state is elevating as the hurt turns into hating. Anticipating all the fucked up feelings again. The hurt inside is fading. This shit's gone way too far. All this time I've been waiting. No, I cannot breathe anymore. For once inside awaking, I'm done, I'm not a whore. You've taken everything, and oh, I cannot give any more. Take a drink real quick. Yeah, I'm still sipping on this energy drink. I didn't finish it yesterday, so I just put it in the fridge. I was sleepy. I needed a nap. Apparently my body's decided to try to catch up with sleep. I'm here to stay. Bring it down. 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 Bring it down. Bring it down. Bring it down. Gonna break it down, 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 gonna break it. This state is elevating as the hurt turns into hating, anticipating all the fucked up feelings again. The hurt inside is fading. This shit's gone way too far. All this time I've been waiting. No, I cannot breathe anymore. For once inside awaking, I'm done, I'm not a whore. You've taken everything, and oh, I cannot give any more. 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 What do you guys think is the best pepper for like salsas or for burritos and stuff. I mean, I've tried a lot of different ones. Honestly, I think for salsas in general, I'd say a serrano pepper is probably best. But there's also hatch chilies, jalapenos, poblanos, habaneros, normal chilies. Um, I don't really think sriracha is very good for salsa. I don't know. Yeah, we're gonna have to like deal with the YouTube commercials together. But yeah, like what's the like? Honestly, I think for salsa in general, probably serrano's the best. Also, do you prefer a mild salsa, a medium, or a hot one? Like I feel like I'm like an asshole. Like I would troll people. I'd be like, I'm going to make people think it's medium salsa, but I would write maximum. So they couldn't say I lied to them because it says maximum salsa. But they're just going to see the M and think medium. Or maybe even mild, just written really long. Maximum salsa. I am watching the rise and fall of my salvation. There's so much shit around me, such a lack of compassion. I thought it would be fun and games. Instead, it's all the same. I want something to do. Need to feel the sickness in you. I feel the reason as it's leaving me. No, not again. It's quite deceiving as I'm feeling the flesh make me bad. All I do is look for you. I know your fix, you need it too. Just to get some sort of attention. Attention. What does it mean to you? For me, it's just something I just do. I want something. I need to feel the sickness in you. I feel the reason as it's leaving me. No, not again. It's quite deceiving as I'm feeling the flesh make me bad. The reason as it's leaving me, no, not again. It's quite deceiving as I'm feeling the flesh make me bad. Again, I have to recommend the anime Soul Eater. Feel the reason as it's leaving me, no, not again. That's quite deceiving as I'm feeling the flesh make me bad. The reason as it's leaving me, no, not again. Quite deceiving as I'm feeling the flesh make me bad. Does it make me bad? Make me bad? Does it make me bad? But yeah, I still have to say, like, everyone should watch the Slayers anime from back in the 90s, plus Soul Eater, the movie The Odyssey of Armand Asante, and like I said, there's a fan fiction called Shinji and Warhammer 40k. Definitely strongly recommend that. So of course, there's also people that do audiobook readings of the Overlord light novels. That's where it's at. Audio readings, and like the people that do it, they like do really good at doing the voices and getting into it. And, like it's so good. Plus, you have a picture of the one of the Pleiades sitting there reading a book, and well, she is sexy. Boobies! Hey, I'm feeling tired. My time's gone today. You flirt with suicide. Sometimes that's okay. Hear what others say. I'm here standing hollow, falling away from me, falling away from me. Day is here fading. That's when I would say I flirt with suicide. Sometimes kill the pain. I can't always say it's gonna be better tomorrow. Falling away from me, falling away from me. Beating me down, beating me down, down into the ground, screaming so sound, beating me down, down into the ground. Falling away from me, it's spinning round and round. Away from me, it's lost and can't be found. Away from me, it's spinning round and round. Away from me, so down, beating me down, beating me down, down into the ground, screaming so sound, beating me down, down into the ground. Pressing me, they won't go away. So I pray, go away. It's falling away from me. It's falling away from me. It's falling away from me. Go! Beating me down, beating me down, down into the ground, screaming so sound, beating me down, down into the ground, screaming me down, beating me down, down into the ground, screaming so sound, beating me down, down into the ground. Oh, by the way, yesterday I watched a DVD. I watched it before, but decided to watch it again. It's a DVD. It's called Hatsune Miku Magical Mirai. So, yeah. It's kind of interesting we can do that. Like, have actual. What if we did that like Death Clock? Had actual 3D holograms for a concert. But yeah, like Hatsune Miku. Strongly recommend. It's pretty awesome. What if we did that with Street Fighter? I don't know if the technology can keep up with that. Like, actually watch a. I mean, people like UFC and WWE. I mean, what if you could do like Street Fighter stuff, but like that? Also, I think it's kind of cool that Johnny Knoxville is a part of WWE now. I think that's pretty cool. Hate something, sometime, some way, something, kick on the front floor, mine, something inside I'll never ever follow. So give me something that is for real, I'll never ever follow. So get your boogie on. Get your boogie on. Hate something, some way each day, feeling ripped off again. What? Why? This shit inside is how everyone will follow. So give me nothing, just feel. Now the shit will follow. God paged me. Never see the light. Who wants to see? God told me I've already got the light. Oh, I see. God paged me. Will never see the light. Who wants to see? God told me I've already got the light. Oh, I say. Each day I can feel it swallow inside something it took from me. I don't feel your deathly ways. Each day I feel so hollow inside I was beating me. You will never see, so come dance with me. 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 Do rum do do rum do rum do rum do rum God paged me. Will never see the light. Who wants to see? God told me. Already got the light. Oh, I see. God paged me. Never see the light. Who wants to see? God told me. I've already got the light. 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 Yeah. Well, I hope everyone out there had a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful day. And also, if you have any animes you think everyone should see, or any movies you think are absolutely amazing, because like I said, I think The Odyssey, starring Armand Asante, the story of Odysseus, is a must-see for everyone. That and Soul Eater and Slayers. Bye, everyone.